Hey guys, Aaron Cybertron Zheng here, and welcome back to another exhibition battle. We're going up against my good friend Wolfe Glick once again, and this time around we're bringing you an exhibition best of 3 for Series 6. We're doing this for Panda Global's YouTube channel, which you can check out linked in the description below. What they do is, if you've seen these best of 3s that we've done, they've kind of edited them up to make them more digestible for players who might not know about VGC or competitive Pokemon as much. And so, of course, this is the full unedited video of just the battle, but of course, I'm sure you guys who watch the channel regularly will enjoy it. For those that don't know, Series 6 is basically the newest format. This year has been interesting. We've had basically rotating formats every 2 months or so. New Pokemon have either been introduced or banned throughout those formats. So, you know, in the first couple of months, new Gigantamax Pokemon were allowed. Series 6 was kind of a shake-up, and they basically said we are going to ban the top 10 Pokemon in terms of usage in both singles and doubles and create an overall ban list for that. So, Pokemon that you might be used to seeing in competitive Pokemon like Incineroar, Cinderace, and Togekiss no longer are in the format. So it should be really interesting. I am using a team that 2014 World Champion Sejun Park built. I've been playing with this on the YouTube channel for a couple days now. It's a really, really fun team, and I'm just eager to try it out. Sejun was actually able to get to #1 on the ladder with this team, so feel free to try it out yourself. Rental is in the description below, as well as Sejun's Twitter. And let's get into it. I'm pretty sure my record against Wolfe is like 0-4 in the last 4 best of 3s that we've done, so it's been a while since I've been able to actually get a win against him. So that'd be nice, but we'll do our best, and hopefully we'll have a fun match. Wolfe is using his Jolteon team, so I actually do know his Jolteon team pretty extensively because I actually played with it a bunch. It's a really, really strong team. So let's see. This is cool because I think the matchup here is actually really interesting because Raichu looks really good, but he could lead Jolteon Dracovish or Jolteon Weezing. The thing about Jolteon is that I can't really go with Drifblim as easily because he could turn 1, just switch. He's definitely going to have Weezing in the back, I think. So based off what he has, I actually think Amoonguss looks really good. I like the idea of leading Arcanine Amoonguss. Sejun's Arcanine is an Assault Vest max attack, max speed version, I believe. Or maybe not max speed. He's got a little bit of bulk. But we can Bulldoze. And so one interesting option is maxing and max Quaking, which would be pretty cool. I think Urshifu needs to come out here to beat the Ferrothorn in the late game. And then the question is what I want as the last Pokemon. What do I want as the last Pokemon? It's between Decidueye and Raichu, but why would I really bring Raichu here? To hit Politoed and Dracovish, I guess, but I feel like Decidueye accomplishes that better, plus I have priority Shadow Sneak on this thing. So let's go with this core and see how it plays out. This team normally revolves around Drifblim Raichu, but I don't want to go with it in game 1 because I am pretty worried about the Jolteon because it can just max Lightning into us. I guess one thing I could have done was like lead Drifblim without Raichu and then switch Drifblim out into Raichu. That could have been pretty cool. So we're gonna get into the battle. Hopefully you all enjoy. Thanks as always for tuning into these exhibition battles. They're always fun, I think, to play. And yeah, let's get it started. Okay, so it's gonna be Arcanine and Jolteon. We have a bunch of plays we can make here. Now I know the Arcanine on his end is Safety Goggles. It's gonna be get the Intimidate off first. I have Bulldoze, so what I want to do turn 1 is protect Amoonguss and Bulldoze. The Snarl means that my Arcanine isn't gonna be as effective. There is Aqua Berry though, so like I think. Actually, if you're on his end, you just go for Max Lightning, right? Onto Arcanine. And maybe Flare Blitz into Amoonguss. So I kind of want to Rage Powder and Bulldoze turn 1. Especially if Jolteon maxes here. Because Arcanine... Oh, Jolteon protects. Okay. So Arcanine's probably Flare Blitzing or maybe just a double protect. Yeah, it looks like probably a Flare Blitz here. That's a great protect on turn 1, I think. Yeah, there's Flare Blitz. Okay, so that's a nice play. I really considered Dynamaxing Arcanine there, but the Protect Bulldoze play would have worked out decently here as well. But you can see with the Aqua Berry, we don't really take very much damage, so that's fine. And his Arcanine is Safety Goggle, so any little bit of chip damage matters because it's not going to be able to heal back up. Yeah, okay. So now he knows there's Bulldoze, which makes me think, what does Jolteon want to do? I think it's decently likely it might want to consider a switch out. I'm leaning towards Protect here and Bulldoze again, but I could just go for Rage Powder as well. I guess the question is whether Flare Blitz knocks out Amoonguss here or not. I could also swap Amoonguss out, or just Protect Bulldoze. I think Protect Bulldoze is actually okay, to be honest, in this position. Would I be willing to sacrifice Amoonguss? Because I think Jolteon might want to switch out. He's definitely going to have the Wheezing in the back. And maybe Dracovish is my guess. Yeah, I'm going to Protect and Bulldoze. Because if I get a Bulldoze on Jolteon and it Dynamaxes, that's super good for us. But okay, he's not maxing. Arcanine protects, which is fine. So I actually could have gone Bulldoze Spore into Jolteon here, which would have been interesting. It's probably just Thunderbolt. Ah, Volt switches. Okay. That actually did more than I expected. You can see Wolfe's play this really smart, though. He hasn't maxed the Jolteon turn 1, which I think is often very, very tempting to do. And Wheezing comes out. Okay. So that makes Amoonguss pretty useless right now. Neutralizing Gas comes out. I want to switch out Arcanine and then bring it back in, I think. It's pretty good damage on a Wheezing, though. Like, that team doesn't really have great ground resists, which is valuable for us. Okay. Decidueye and Urshifu. Both of these are pretty weak to the Wheezing. How fast is this Amoonguss? Whoa, definitely don't want to run. I need to play better with Arcanine. Oh, it's min speed, so... Flare Blitz is likely coming out here onto Amoonguss. Maybe Sludge Bomb. The thing is, Jolteon kind of rolls through me. I'm actually going to just go for a Rage Powder and a Bulldoze. This gives me a free switch in. But I think the Jolteon endgame looks real scary here right now. What does he do? Just Flare Blitz Sludge Bomb here? I think probably. Well played with the Jolteon. Super well played with the Jolteon. Yeah, there's Flare Blitz. So, I mean, I get 2 free switch-ins here, but the late game Jolteon is what I'm nervous about now. Especially if he's just Sludge Bombing here, because he goes for Strange Steam to cover Urshifu. That makes sense. Shouldn't do much, though. Yeah. And I think Dracovish is going to be the last one if I had to guess. So maybe we go out Decidueye. But then he can just Sludge Bomb us. So I feel forced to go out into Urshifu right now. But the thing is that now he's gotten rid of Amoonguss, Jolteon beats us. Yeah, I think in the next game we need to preserve Arcanine better. So I could have Spored earlier and I should have. So, like, the lead was good, but I think I needed to utilize it a little bit better. Yeah, I think the right answer is to go out into the Urshifu here. Another thing we can do in the next game is actually still bring Raichu, because if we knock out the Wheezing, then we have Lightning Rod support for Urshifu, which is super valuable. So let's see. I could see Wheezing protecting here. Abilities are canceled out right now. So I think I actually want to protect Urshifu and switch Arcanine out into Decidueye. He could just, like, Sludge Bomb us here, though, which would be scary. Yeah, I think we should have had Raichu in the back for Lightning Rod support, because then what I could have done was maybe just pick up a double knockout here, and then bring in Raichu. Oh, I guess he could max the Wheezing, too. But it doesn't look like he's going to go for that. Yeah, Wheezing protects, okay. And I'm sure it's Will-O-Wisp into Urshifu. Yeah. Okay. Now I think he Will-O-Wisp and Strange Steam into the Urshifu slot. Is it greedy to Swords Dance with Decidueye? Because then we can Swords Dance and max it. That actually might be the play. I don't know if Surging Strikes KO's Weezing here with Life Orb. I know his Weezing is mainly defensively invested, but Weezing's base defense is just really good. I mean, I could also just max here, but this is why I needed Jolteon in the back. I think if I had Jolteon in the back, we could max and just KO Weezing. Yeah, I'm actually going to go back out into Arcanine and Swords Dance here. Because I think we're already behind in this game, and I don't think just picking up knockouts wins it for us right now. So, let's see. So this is obviously really risky, right? I'm Swords Dancing in front of 2 Pokemon that threaten me with super effective attacks. Okay, Arcanine switches out. It's Ferrothorn, it's not Dracovish. Oh, that could be really good for us then. Okay, it depends on who he targeted with the Weezing here. Yeah, okay, he steamed. Nice. Please no confuse. Don't do this to me, man. Don't do this to me. Oh no. I have Banded Flare Blitz. It's a free target into Ferrothorn. I think I just want to Flare Blitz into Ferrothorn here and Poltergeist into Weezing. Oh god, that is so scary. The confusion. Okay. He's not protecting either. Okay, we get the Flare Blitz off. Nice. I think we faint from recoil after all this, though. Oh, this is going to be so close. Recoil. Poltergeist. Connects. +2 attack. I think this is a KO, right? I hope so. Okay, nice. Oh, the confusion. The confusion had me so scared. Okay, now it's Arcanine and Jolteon. So, Jolteon's definitely maxing here. And Arcanine can't protect, so I think what we do here is we max Decidueye. We have to sacrifice the Arcanine. Because if we sacrifice Arcanine, Oh, this is scary though, because he could make the play and double protect here. I wanted Arcanine to go down. I actually forgot about Iron Barbs. Arcanine not going down might hurt us here. Actually, what if I just hard switch into Urshifu here? Because I have E-Speed on this Arcanine, so I can always E-Speed the opposing Arcanine. Hard switch, max, and max guard. I think that's fine. I think that's fine. Yeah, because one play he might make here is expecting me to max guard, double protect on his end. If he does that, then we win the game. This is a really intense game. I didn't expect Decidueye. Like, this whole time I was like, we need Raichu, but Decidueye is actually might carry us in this end game, but it's still really close. However, I think E-Speed should knock out the opposing Arcanine, which is why I'm switching here. He's maxing first, okay. I mean, he might just max Lightning into... Oh, but if he max Lightnings into Urshifu, the thing about Urshifu that was... Like, the reason why I wanted to sack Arcanine is because then Urshifu comes in for free, and I just Aqua Jet into Arcanine for free. So let's see. I'm hoping... I mean, this is a really easy prediction to make, but he's got to think, okay, what if I just get a... Like, if he gives me the free switch and back into Urshifu, he knows he loses. And I have E-Speed here still, too. So let's see. We're max guarding, but I think in this position it makes sense to do so. So he didn't max with Jolteon. Phantasm? Okay. Yeah, into Protect. Okay, nice. That actually, I think, secures us the game. Because now Aqua Jet knocks out Arcanine for sure. Yeah, so we can Aqua Jet here. And just go for Phantasm, base 140, that's stronger. And gets the defense drop. He can't protect in front of us too. Okay, nice. That's exactly why I didn't want to max guard and just stay in with Arcanine. But he could have made the read and gone for, you know, max Lightning onto the Urshifu switch in. Okay, Arcanine's gone. I don't think Phantasm one-shots us, but if it does, then this is still really scary. Let's see. Come on, Decidueye. Okay, nice, nice. Not even close. However, it does one-shot us if we don't Dynamax because it did over 50%, so that's good to know. I'm really impressed by Decidueye. I didn't even, like, come into this game thinking that was going to be the sweeper. And Phantasm should knock out here, right? Yeah. Wow, this Decidueye, like, I did not have it, I'm gonna be honest, on my radar as, like, a top-tier Pokemon in Series 6 at all. And Sejun Park, as always, continues to innovate and just bring super, super sick Pokemon into the fray. So I think Ferrothorn was really useless for him. And I think he drops it in this next game and swaps it for Dracovish. Yeah. I actually don't remember the Dracovish moveset he had. Rock Slide, Vicious Rend, Psychic Fangs, but I don't remember the fourth. I also think Dynamax Arcanine is still very viable. So, I think what I should have done, especially because we have the Aqua Berry, is play more aggressively with Spores with Amoonguss. Because he can't deny sleep unless he taunts or Max Lightnings into it. And if he Max Lightnings, that's great for us. So this whole time I was like, you know, we shouldn't go with Decidueye. Now I think Decidueye is actually really key. Yeah, I just don't think Drifblim can really come out. But maybe in a game 3 if I see that he's dropping Weezing. Because Weezing and Ferrothorn were super passive for him in that last game. I mean, Arcanine Amoonguss is a really tough lead for him to beat. What's his strongest option against that? Weezing Jolteon, basically, to stop the Amoonguss completely. But even if you go with that, I can just Bulldoze. So I kind of want to go with the same 4. Because I feel like that lead worked. Wolfe just played better than me in the first, like, 2 to 3 turns of that last battle. Raichu is still tempting, because with Raichu, we can max Urshifu. But who do I drop then, right? Because I'm giving up a lot of offense to bring Raichu. Might be the necessary adjustment, though. Let's see. I think I can get away with some Spores. Or I guess Arcanine Weezing is a scary lead here. Right? But it wouldn't be the worst case. I want to see how Wolfe adjusts here. We have a 1-game lead, so, you know, we can get away with at least not changing anything for game 2. I don't feel immediate pressure because I think Arcanine Amoonguss is a solid lead. Like, he'll definitely have answers for. So I think, like, Weezing Arcanine is probably the scariest because I think the Weezing is Taunt. So you have Taunt and the Goggles Arcanine. But it's Dracovish Weezing. Okay. This is interesting because you do cancel out your own Vicious Rend. Or, sorry, the Strongjaw. But there's nothing stopping me from going for a turn 1 Rage Powder. And Bulldoze. As I think your Taunt definitely goes onto a Moon. Like, the safe play is Vicious Rend Taunt. That's a really safe play. Vicious Rend and Taunt. So then I can Rage Powder, Bulldoze. Can I switch out into anything to eat up a Vicious Rend? One of these? I'm going for Bulldoze Rage Powder because I know it's Scarf Dracovish, so if he locks himself into Psychic Fangs, then you're not really threatening Arcanine next turn. Yeah, he goes for Vicious Rend. Okay, so that's not going to do that much. Yeah, especially because he's canceling his own ability right now. We get a pretty powerful Bulldoze off here. So now I outspeed Scarf Dracovish, so what I can do next turn is actually Dynamax Arcanine to max Flare into Weezing. That sets up the Sun, which means Vicious Rend does not do nearly as much, and there's Taunt. So I think now we switch Amoonguss out and Flare. The only problem is that Weezing could protect here, and I think it's very likely to protect. Is that play worth going for? I think it might be. It just puts us in a really good spot the subsequent turn. So Flare and go out into Decidueye. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Dynamax, like, this is offensive AV Arcanine, so Max Arcanine makes a lot of sense here. Let's see. Late game Jolteon's still a problem, but we can Max Quake for Spadef boosts. Maybe Max Quaking here is actually better. Because every Spadef boost makes a big difference. Actually, given the Phantasm roll onto the Decidueye, a single boost means we should survive Phantasm. So maybe that would have been better. Okay, he doesn't protect though, that's huge. I don't know if this is a one-hit KO, but he doesn't have defense investment. It's not. Okay. That could be bad, as he could be Sludge Bombing the Amoonguss slot. I think that's very likely. But, yeah, Vicious Rend does not do very much there with the sun being up. Okay, it's a double up and an Arcanine, which is super good, because we don't take much. So I can actually Quake Wheezing now, and Swords Dance. Yeah. Because I'm not taking any damage. Like, the Quake will knock out Wheezing. Wheezing probably... Oh, it switches. Politoed? What's coming out? If Jolteon comes out, it's just game over, I think. Okay, Arcanine. That makes sense. Arcanine's interesting here. I wonder if Quake, -1 Quake plus Shadow sneaks a KO onto Arcanine, because if so, I think we're actually in good shape. But he's stalling out my Dynamax pretty effectively right now. I don't think that's a KO. That's bad. I could have doubled up with Poltergeist. Maybe I should have. Another Vicious Rend. That was a nice switch in. Okay. He's playing for the Jolteon long Kong here, basically, right? And I can't protect with the Decidueye. I think here I'm just content to... Still have Amoonguss. So we have redirection support in this late game. Question is whether I want to switch Decidueye out and max Quake into the Arcanine here. I don't think +1 Shadow Sneak KOs the Arcanine, given how little that Quake did. But he could protect Arcanine. I don't think he does, though. I'm actually going to Strike. No, Quake is better there. I'm conserving Decidueye because it knocks out both the Wheezing and the Dracovish at this point. Okay, he just Flare Blitzed. Actually, I think we want Strike to not KO, so then we can pressure with the double KO this next turn. This shouldn't KO, right? Okay, good. We don't want that to KO. That's good. This is super intense. I think I needed to switch out there, though, because he was faster. Okay. So we've chipped away a lot at everything. Now, he could bring in Wheezing at any point. I guess Dracovish now will just KO the Arcanine, right? So, it might be better to go out into Amoonguss here. And go for a Surging Strikes into Arcanine, because that covers any switches. Yeah, he did drop the Ferrothorn, which is what I was anticipating. If we switch out Arcanine, we survive Vicious Rend, we get Amoonguss in, which pressures with Spore. So I like going out into Amoonguss here, I think, and Surging Strikes. We have the speed drop on Arcanine now, so this will KO. Now, he could switch Dracovish out into Wheezing, which cancels my ability. So let's see. To which I could have Flare Blitzed Dracovish. I think he probably does switch out. Yeah. Yeah, that was a little too obvious, actually. Bad play on my end. Let's see if Arcanine protects here. Yeah. I could have nailed it there. Could have nailed it there. So, great play. He hasn't Dynamaxed yet. I'm faster than Arcanine right now. It's the last turn of Sun. I still have the Yaka Berry. I mean, Urshifu feels so important to me right now. I don't want it to get burnt or Strange Steamed. I could target Arcanine pretty freely and Rage Powder. That's a super safe play. But I want to KO Wheezing. Yeah, I should have called the switch out last turn. Oh, he switches out for Intimidate. That makes sense. Okay, well, we knock out Arcanine here. Oh, I could have... Man, could you imagine if I Spored there? I maybe should have. I think a Spore there would have won me the game. I didn't want to make that advance of a prediction, though. Because the thing is here, I thought he was maybe content to just Flare Blitz and Strange Steam. And say... or Flare Blitz Taunt was what I was anticipating. And the thing is, I think if Urshifu gets burnt or confused... Or sorry, burnt or just Strange Steam, it's super bad. He was probably expecting Surging Strikes into the Dracovish slot. Sun's gone now, so Fishious Rend is doing more again. So here's the problem. He does have Jolteon and late game Dracovish now, which is really scary, because you can just Phantasm, Fishious Rend everything. -1 attack, -1 attack. I think I want to protect here and just switch out into Arcanine to get the Intimidate first. Arcanine doesn't really do much for us here, so that gets rid of our Intimidate, and we get a free switch him back out into Urshifu. There were 2 switches I really should have predicted this game, though. I mean, the Weezing one was harder to make, but I think the Dracovish switching out was very, very likely. So I could have nailed that turn, stayed in with Arcanine, and if we KO the Weezing, then the gas also goes away. But I don't know if that was a play that would actually necessarily win me the game. Either way, this is an insane best of 3 already. I feel like both of us are playing pretty well, which is always fun for exhibition best of 3s, I think. So let's see. He stalled out my max nicely this time around. Because late game Jolteon is really, really scary. So I might want to consider not maxing so early on this next game. He doesn't max Jolteon. Interesting. Okay. Maybe going for just T-Bolt. Oh, he Volt switched. And Psychic Fangs. I would have survived that, I think. Oh, this just gets a lot more interesting now, because I can actually survive a double up and get another Bulldoze off now. A Bulldoze would be huge here. So I want to just Rage Powder Bulldoze. Because it enables Urshifu to outspeed. Yeah, he's not going to max. I don't even think he KOs the Amoonguss here, to be honest, but let's see. I see what Wolfie's positioning himself for, though. He's basically like, look, I'm going to KO, bring everything really low, Dynamax Jolteon, just one-shot everything. Which makes a lot of sense. But it also now means that the Dracovish is locked into Psychic Fangs. Everything is really low on my end, though. Ideally, we don't KO Weezing here. I don't think we do either, which would be good, because I don't want to give him a free switch in. Yeah, that's not a KO. I hope we don't knock ourselves out here. That'd be sad. Oh, Amoonguss hangs on. Nice. Okay, okay. This is a crazy set. I think we have to swap Amoonguss out for further redirection. And Bulldoze again. He's, like, the Bulldoze is really good for us right now. We swap Amoonguss out. I think we go out into Decidueye. Because we need the close combat from Urshifu into Aqua Jet to beat Jolteon, I think. So Amoonguss out into Decidueye here. And another Bulldoze. What does he do? Protect Weezing. And Psychic Fang's Arcanine is his play, in my opinion. Oh, I think this was actually a great turn to make a super hard read of Sporing Dracovish. I didn't go for a Spore a single time in this game, and that might have been the problem. Yep. But the thing is, I can't lose Amoonguss, because I think that redirection support's too important to give up. So the thing is here, if he actually knocks out Arcanine, we're in fine shape. In fact, actually, I think regardless of what happens here, we're in pretty good shape, because the next turn we can just get a Surging Strikes into Weezing, Poltergeist into Dracovish. Yeah, he did Fang into Arcanine, so... I keep calling out these plays that I could make, but I don't make them. Yeah, so now we go out into Urshifu. It's just gonna be so close. Oh my god. Okay. I don't remember how fast this Weezing is. Decidueye doesn't have any speed investment. He's at -2 speed. I'm at -1, so he's gonna outspeed me. Oh man, I hate that I don't remember if I outspeed Weezing here or not. Because I want a close combat Dracovish. Oh, I have Shadow Sneak. Should have gone for that. Yeah, he doesn't switch either Pokemon out here. I think... I don't know if Weezing... I think Weezing outspeeds us. I forgot Weezing's speed. He doesn't have any speed investment, though. Okay, let's see. Oh, we're faster! Nice. Okay, this KOs, right? Oh, okay. 3v1 now, but he hasn't Dynamaxed yet. But I think we're good. We just need to not throw right now. Because I can just SD and close combat here. And I have a Mungus for one more Rage Powder in the back. So if I Swords Dance here, then Leaf Blade should be a KO. Yeah, so I think we just Swords Dance and close combat here. Jolteon has to finally max. Okay, I was worried that the Weezing was going to be faster than us there, because I don't remember its speed. I could have just attacked with both too, but the reason I wanted a Swords Dance is so that my Shadow Sneak does more later too. So let's see, because yeah, Jolteon, now it's the problem where Jolteon can only pick up one knockout at a time. It's gonna go for Lightning onto the Urshifu, okay. Which means I think now I can just Rage Powder Leaf Blade into Shadow Sneak, which I assume would be a knockout. I know he's not Goggles on Jolteon. Man, Decidueye was so good. Yeah, I didn't want to risk any misses there. And now it's like I have a +2 Leaf Blade and a +2 Shadow Sneak. Okay, so let's see. Mungus is out. It's just a question of whether +2 Leaf Blade into Shadow Sneak is a KO, but I'd be shocked if it doesn't. I don't know the calcs here, but I can miss Poltergeist. That is not a chance I want to take right now, so... yeah, let's go Rage Powder Leaf Blade. I know the Jolteon's... like, Jolteon's not a defensively bulky Pokemon at all, so... let's see. Yeah, he goes for Phantasm. No reason. I mean, it doesn't really matter which move to go for now. Let's see. The Arcanine set was so good here, too. He takes Life... I'm pretty sure after Life Orb with Leaf Blade and Shadow Sneak. Yeah, wow. Oh, that was a crazy set. I do think that we had a pretty favorable matchup with this team, specifically. Bulldoze Arcanine plus Aqua Mungus is super good. And, like, you know, Sejun built this team pretty recently, whereas Wolfe was using his team that he built in, like, the first week of Series 6. So I think, you know, if you're building a team now, you're going to at least want count... like, Wolfe introduced Jolteon pretty much into the metagame, right? And so it's like, well, it seems Jolteon's answer is actually Raichu, right? But with Weezing, you actually can't really bring the Raichu. So we didn't bring Raichu or Drifblim at all, but the Decidueye was super, super good. Going into this, didn't even think it'd be, like, super relevant. Like, game one, I was like, do we bring this or Raichu? And I was like, we'll bring it. But yeah, it set us up for some really interesting endgames, and you can see actually the combination of Grass and Ghost is super, super strong. It's able to hit everything for neutral or super effective, and there are very few Pokemon in the metagame that resist both, right? So it's like if you get a single Swords Dance off, Poltergeist is also just such an insane attack. It just does so much damage. So what we were able to do in that last game was stall it out to the point where the Urshifu gave us like late game insurance. The combinations of Swords Dance made Decidueye really threatening, and then we always had priority from things like Arcanine, Decidueye, and the Urshifu, which is super sick. So yeah, that was a super fun battle. Like I said, I think we definitely had the team advantage, and thanks to Sejun for the team. Like I said, I've been playing with this on Roach Ranked for a couple days. It's not shocking to me this team was able to get to #1. Not only is it so strong, but it also has so many surprises that players often don't anticipate. So yeah. Thanks as always for watching. Go check out Wolfe, linked in the description below. Go check out Panda Global's version of this combined video in the description below, and I'll see you all next time. All right, peace.